Hey everybody. Hey everybody, how's it going? Dan Schunder here. You know, it's funny. I just realized that soundtrack is called A Bad Feeling, but I actually have a very good feeling. So I'm pleased to be here to announce the winners of the Drum Talk TV Brilliance Keith Moon Drumming Challenge. And wow, I got to pull up my notes because I was concerned, and those who know me understand, I was concerned I wouldn't remember everything. So let me get some notes up. So first of all, seriously, from my heart and everybody here at Drum Talk TV, Megan, McKenna, Stephen, Danielle, Ariana, and Joe, myself, all the entries were really good. This was difficult, which is why, honestly, we needed a little extra more time to judge. Funny thing about judges. So obviously we have connections with all the big artists on the planet, and there's a few that we asked to help judge this, and a couple agreed under the condition that we don't give their names because they're afraid if they pick this person's video to be first, second, third place over this person, that people won't like them anymore. They're afraid to hurt feelings. I appreciate that, but I don't care about anyone's feelings. I'm kidding. Actually, I get that, but I did make arrangements for judges who are willing to let us publish their names for our next challenge, which I'll get into after this. And it's going on right now. So we'll get into that. First of all, when you do these challenges, or if you know someone you want to turn on to them, these are the prizes. First, I'm going to show you the prizes. Then I'll explain the process, do some commentary, and then I'll show you the three winners. So this is what people can win. First place gets $120 US dollars, that is, gift certificate to their favorite music store, plus a Drum Talk TV shirt. There's 36 designs to choose from. Second place gets a $75 USD gift certificate to their favorite music store and a Drum Talk TV t-shirt. And third place gets a $50 gift certificate to their favorite music store and a Drum Talk TV shirt. Did I mention there's 36 designs to choose from? So excited about that. And let me go back here. So one of the things I loved about being part of the judging process and seeing these come in, and Steve saw them come in as well, our producer, is just seeing all the neat gear. I mean, I think if there's any musician that geeks out on gear the most is typically drummers. Although I was shocked when I asked Bill Bruford before we went live in his first interview with us, like, yeah, we'll talk about this, we'll talk about that, we'll geek out on gear. He said, I'm not really into gear. I'm like, what? Of all people, who's had a different drum setup on every album, every tour he's ever done? I just thought that was funny. But by and large, I think we could all agree we appreciate gear. And I love seeing everybody's different setups. And do they have a certain series of cymbals? Do they have mix match brands and series like I do on both my drum kits? And that was cool. But most of all, what was really cool was seeing everybody's faces, whether I could tell you're having fun, even if you're not smiling. Like you look like you could be lifting a car off of someone's body. And I can tell you're still having fun. We all know about those drummer faces, right? So before I get into the three winners' names and the songs they played, there's a few people that did, there's like maybe 3 overlapping songs amongst contestants, which, when you have someone like Keith Moon, there's going to be some songs that are the go-to popular ones that everybody's going to know this one. And that's great. That's fine. There were a couple deep cuts. In fact, one so deep, I didn't even know it. And I'll get to that because that's one of the winners. And I was kind of surprised in a way. I don't even know why. Maybe I'll figure that out as we go. But I want to mention a few changes moving forward as we do these other challenges, because I'll just say it now. We have Phil Collins for this month right now through the end of the month, his birthday month. His birthday's the 30th. Hi, Phil. One of my biggest influences, myself, Luke Calderola from our show Under the Influence, and some other friends of mine are going to be putting up some videos playing to some Phil Collins drumming songs, whether it's Genesis, Robert Plant, Eric Clapton, Tears for Fears, Phil solo stuff, whatever, for some inspiration for you all, and to see how much better you are. So you enter. And then also for the love of Neil, for Valentine's Day month, for the love of Neil, in honor of the late, great Neil Peart. It's February. I'm actually getting choked up. How weird. And then March is Vinnie Paul, kind of switch gears a little bit, right? So these are a couple of the changes. Moving forward, we're not going to have submissions for the challenges where it's a band playing. In other words, you playing with other musicians. The reason why is it's a whole other dynamic. It has a whole other kind of criteria of judging parameters. And honestly, we just don't have the bandwidth to judge two. However, watch for these drumming challenges because from time to time, we'll make it all live musicians as opposed to you playing to officially recorded music. That's the great thing about our membership site. And you don't have to be a member to do these challenges. We'd like you to, and we have a perk for it. I'll get to that. But what's great is you're playing to originally released music by the artist. If you want to play to Dance on a Volcano from Trick of the Tail, you can do that. It won't get muted. There's no algorithm to catch it. You won't get dinged. We don't get dinged. And so that's what we want. We want you to play to originally released music, even if it's a live version. If you want to play to the live version of Supper's Ready, or The Song Remains the Same, or Queen Live Killers, whatever. That's totally fine. So that's one change. Is there another one? I think that's it, actually. We did add, or are in the process of also adding, some other tips and things that we strongly advise. One of them is that you film with your camera orientated this way. That's my wife and I, this way, so that when it's watched on a rectangular monitor, just like you would watch TV on, or a film, or the way the Facebook player, the way the YouTube player is shaped, it won't be just some thin sliver. We want to see more of you. We want to see your beautiful kit. So those are some tips. There's some other ones in there. Okay. What else? The main issue, it opens up again as the grading parameters if you're playing with other musicians. We did allow this time, and they were great. But also, here's the other thing: there's an audio issue with that doesn't translate as well. Even if you, with the same device, film, like I know myself, if I film with this or one of my iPads as a camera in my studio playing a live music through my PA or through a mixer, it sounds great. But if I take that either of those same devices to a gig and someone films me on stage with someone, there's too much wiggle room with the sound of the room and the house mix and the boominess. And it really doesn't do your playing justice. The sound you're playing is great. Those who did that, and everyone's playing again was great. Okay. So we got that out of the way. So how the scoring works, how the scoring works, you're judged on 4 different things. Accuracy carries 40% of the grade. I should probably pull up my other cheat sheet. I should know this by heart. Okay, so 40% for accuracy, 25% for technique, 25% for the sound of that artist. So whether it's Keith Moon, Phil Collins, Neil Peart, Vinnie Paul, how are your drums tuned? Do they sound like theirs? And then overall is 10%, but that 10% overall could also be the tipping point. So what's interesting is that someone could score higher in different categories and win, even if their accuracy is not as high as someone else, but their drums sound better, the technique is more. So there's a lot of different factors here, and it's all explained on the submissions page. And in the notes of this post is this submissions page link. I'm excited for the Phil Collins challenge. Don't go there yet. Go there after. Okay. So the thing about accuracy, and I think it was Gene Bartholomew who did some great videos. Wow. He submitted a few, and that comes to paid perks moving forward as well, which I'll get to. But he mentioned that he wasn't so much about playing exactly accurate like the artist. And that's fair, because he said they did all that work. They invented that. They did that. And all you're doing is copying it. While I agree, I also want to point out that when you can emulate another artist's playing as closely to theirs as possible, whether it's drums, bass, guitar, saxophone, piano, kazoo, water pipe, whatever. Wait, what? You're picking up more tools. Big doggy here. Hi, Chanel. You're picking up big tools for your toolbox. But I understand, and it inspired me. Your comment inspired me, Gene, to say, let's do a different drumming challenge someday that'll be exactly that. It'll be a let's see what you got and do your own embellishments, bring yourself to it, kind of like your bring your own style thing that they do with drum corps, things like that. So we'll do something like that. But the key is like, where does it end? Because someone could just solo over a whole song, bunch of gospel chops over Led Zeppelin's rock and roll. And it's like, well, I brought my own embellishments. So we'll figure that out. But totally fair statement. And when Gene did this, he played to a version of We Won't Get Fooled Again with no Keith Moon. So he's performing with Pete, with Roger, with John, playing to a drumless track of that. And it's great. It's great. He had to fuse his own embellishments. And I'll just say right up front, that track didn't win. But wait. But it's great. And I'll explain why after I give the winners, because there's a deeper reason why. It was great. Everybody's playing was great, and I sincerely mean that. Some really interesting takes on a couple of the songs too. So here we go. Let me just move some stuff around on my screen. Let's get rid of that, or show that one more time. I mean, this is what people win. Okay, so I'm going to go to my handy dandy cheat sheet, and we're going to actually show you. We're going to show you the page. Let me refresh it before I show you on screen. Okay. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and give you our third place winner. Our producer Steven's freaking out because he thinks it'll get muted. But Steve, I muted the sound. I'm just showing video. Hey! Outsmarted the producer for once. Okay. Just once, though. That's never happening again. Here we go. This is Steve. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Taco with We Won't Get Fooled Again. For third place, gets a $50 gift certificate and a Drum Talk TV shirt. And one of the things about Steve's playing that really put him over the top for third place was the accuracy was great. And what's really cool about that is I don't think Keith Moon recorded this song on a 5-piece kit. Yet Steve really made this sound like Keith's drum parts, not just in the note placement, but the fact that it sounds like more drums than a 5-piece kit. And I wonder if that many cymbals had something to do with it. The cymbal placement is great. You can tell he's having fun. He's singing along. And his drums sounded a lot like Keith's as well. So you can check that out. Okay, congratulations, Steve. Let's go to second place. Brings back Mr. Gene Bartholomew with Pinball Wizard. Let me just advance here so people can see you playing. Pinball Wizard, that's like one of their big epics. Wow, why is it stalling? Let's see. Oh, it's refreshing. It's loading. There we go. Great drum sound, great accuracy, even though Gene's the one that brought up the embellishment factor with the other song, and that's not why it didn't win. But really neat setup. It's a custom setup. Sounds great. Great video. Great view. We want to see you guys and girls. That's why I say not like this, but like this. So imagine taking a third off the right side of that screen, a third off the left side, and you just don't get the whole effect. So great playing. The dynamics, the accuracy, the sound of the drums sounded a lot like Keith's on that album. Huge points for that. Congratulations, Gene. And by the way, the winners we'll hear from McKenna. She'll email you in the next couple of days with a link for you to pick out your shirt with instructions on how to tell us what your favorite music story is that you'd like a gift certificate to. And this goes for anybody anywhere in the world. Okay, good job, Gene. Next, and first place. Before I show it, let's pause. I will let Gene keep playing. Before I show, actually, let's do this. Okay. This song, honestly, is such a deep cut. I was not familiar with it. Cobwebs and Strange. And so I'm watching the video. Okay, this is Hudson Tartak. He's 18 years old, a lefty on a 3-piece with 2 cymbals. And I didn't know this song. So I headed up the judging on this song, and I pulled it up on YouTube, the original version, and I'd listen to about 15 seconds of the song, then play Hudson's video. Listen to 15 seconds of the song, play Hudson's video. Then it got to this part that I'm actually going to turn the audio on for because I don't think it'll get muted. This part here. And when I heard that section on the actual song before I clicked back to Hudson, I thought, oh, this is where it's going to get hairy. But he's doing this, and he's not just like wailing away. This is how it goes. Like, this is so close to how it goes. I was really blown away. I had to listen back a few times, make sure that I was, genuinely grading it properly. There he goes again. Here, let's give him a little more pub. Has that roll in there? And let's see if we can get a little bit with the music. Yeah, that won't get muted, and I'll touch on that as well. Really great job. And when I say it won't get muted, I mean on this broadcast is what I'm talking about. And our membership site, it absolutely won't. But here's another thing. Go before you submit for any of the other challenges, go to this one and think about what I'm going to say. While Hudson's playing was great for this song, and he, by the way, he won by 2/10 of a point. He got 4.82 for first place. Gene got 4.8. So it just goes to show you any of those four categories could put you over by even just a little bit. What we do is we grade 1 through 5 for each of the four. Then we take each of those scores for each category and divide it by the amount of percent, multiply by the percent, and then add those up. That's how we get the winning score. But the music Hudson's playing to is a little bit buried. Be careful that the music you're playing to isn't too quiet or too loud. You don't want it to drown you out as well. So do a test, see if you can get it even. And those tips are on there as well, I believe, on the submissions page. But here we go again. Congratulations to Steve Toko with We Won't Get Fooled Again for third place, Gene Bartholomew for second place with Pinball Wizard, as well as some other really great entries. Go to the page and check them out. It's loading. I clicked too fast. And then Hudson Tartak, 18 years old. And I have a surprise. So I'm spoiling it for every other challenge we do, unless people just don't hear this and know about it. But here's a surprise for you guys. We just started doing this, and this was my wife's brilliant idea, and that is from this challenge forward, the first place winner gets an interview on Drum Talk TV. So Hudson, you're going to hear from Steven, our producer. He'll send you the schedule of our available days and times now through March, and I'll have you on and talk about your drumming or inspiration and anything you want. And for anybody else, you could also promote your band. If you're a weekend warrior and you have a business, maybe you're a dentist or you trim trees or you do accounting or you're a teacher, whatever you want to talk about is fine. We want to give you that extra exposure and everything. So congratulations to all the winners. And I really hope that everybody dives in for Phil Collins, Neil Peart, and Vinnie Paul. And then we pretty much have the rest of the year figured out, except for I think there's 1 or 2 blank months. We have Stuart Copeland, I think in May, possibly. And I'm going to put something in the chat and I'll look at the comments in just a sec. This link here is to a recent YouTube post of Lou Calderola and myself from Sunday. Wow, that was just yesterday. Seemed like 4 days ago. Doing a show under the influence where we drink a lot. We do some bong. No, I'm kidding. We talk about our influences, and it always has a theme. Well, because of this drumming challenge, that theme was called Full of Phil, and we both play snippets of ourselves playing to music that the featured theme or artist is playing. So go there for some inspiration. And like I said, within a couple days, by Wednesday night, there should be some videos of myself, hopefully Lou, maybe Jason Gianni, doing some Phil Collins drumming to some official music for inspiration as well. So here you go. There's that episode is going into the comments. So Steve says he didn't hear the music when I turned it up. Okay, well, I honestly have no idea why. So I guess people have to just go to the challenge and check it out. Tricked you. Hey, just kidding. Let's see. Abdul Halim, Dr. Abdul Halim, watching from Kanyakumari in India. I think that's still down there, Chennai in southern India. He's an amazing Gotham clay pot player. He's an amazing teacups player. He's an amazing Teville player. Check him out. He's been featured a lot. Whoa, for the last 10 of our 12 years of Drum Talk TV, maybe even longer. Nice hearing from you, Doctor. Thank you so much. And he does some wonderful things with kids as well. David Drummer says, Beavis? What does that refer to? Let me know. That's funny. What do you mean? Okay, and then we've got that's it for the comments. Okay, so dive in, click on the link for the Phil Collins challenge. Actually, I should put the Keith Moon challenge in here. Let me do that. I think this will work if I do it like this. I'm not sure. Stephen will correct me. There's that. John McCarty. Hey, how you doing, John? Watching from South Jersey. Is this the same John McCarty that also submitted? Possibly it is, I think. You did the real me, which was really cool as well. Awesome. Just for chiming in. Let's show a little bit of John here. Is this you, John? The same John? Awesome kit, by the way. The old Oyster, right? Let's see if that's the same John. So yeah, I'll just click through these, show you a little bit of everybody. Look at some gorgeous kits. So we had Hudson in first place. You saw a bit of that. Then we got Gene Bartholomew, saw a bit of that. Third place, Steve Toko, saw a bit of that. It's buffering. We're based way up in the mountains, away from civilization. Sometimes the internet's weird. There he is. Joe Novello, who we have featured before. And I think Joe was also part of the John Bonham challenge a little way back. Here's Joe doing something live with his band. Let's see if I can get the audio working here. Reign over me. All right. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but check it out. Go there. Great playing, great playing. Oh, and check this out. Going back to, let's find John here. There's John. Says, yes, that's him. Awesome. He's even got the Who logo shirt on, the Target. Is that what it is, or is that Captain America? What is that? All right, let's look at some more contributors to this awesome event. David W. Seymour. I love this kit. I don't remember where you're located. Oh, I think it says down here. What's wrong with me? In Houston, Texas. I may have to make a trip to Houston, Texas someday just to see this kit in person. In fact, what I'm going to say next goes for everybody, and that is you are all welcome to send in a video tour of your kit, breaking it all down. I'm going to find the link to that really quickly. We would love that. So I'm going to put that in the chat. We love seeing gear, whether it's a marching drum or quintuplets, or whether it is a huge hybrid kit like this, or a 5-piece, whatever. So really, really cool. Here's Tommy Wagner live with a Who tribute band. Great job. I wish the audio was better, but great, great job. Great band, great look, great playing. This is really hard to do. Here's another one for David W. Seymour, part 2 of Who Are You? Oh, Tommy did Sparks, by the way. Then we've got Tommy Stotler. Oh, this was really good too. Really, really good. I love the gong. You had me at the gong. Really good playing. Like the fact that anyone that didn't win, it does not minimize your contribution to this or your playing. There was no one where and I've said this before, there's no one where I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe they submitted that. No, everything was really good and it really inspired me. In fact, I'm going to make some popcorn later tonight and watch our documentary on the making of The Ox and the Loon, Brian Tichy and Joe Sutton's wonderful tribute to The Ox and the Loon, John Entwistle and Keith Moon, way back in how long ago was that? That was like 9-10 years ago, I think. Yeah, I think so. Dean Johnson here with Going Mobile. Oh, I'm sorry, Tommy did Who Are You as well. And Going Mobile with Dean. Really great take. I think he's playing with either not brushes, but maybe loose rods. If you're watching, Dean, or if you see this after it's live, comment on that. But really great take on that. It was cool. Let's see if I don't know, Steve, did the audio cut in on the other one? Did that work? Steve will let me know. Keith Target? Oh, oh, gotcha. Here's Gene Bartholomew again with We Won't Get Fooled Again. His version was great. This is the one he played to with no drums to play to, just the song. Really great job. And again, with Gene, with The Punk Meets the Godfather. This is a great tune. Also a very good job. Love the production value that you add too. And I'm curious why you took that one floor tom away. It was in the other songs, so I can't imagine why it was maybe in the way or something like that. So let's see. Let's go to another Gene Bartholomew. The Who, Now I'm a Farmer, different view of the kid. John McCarty, again, here he is with The Real Me. Look at all these awesome kits. Joey Davis on an electronic kit. Really good job, too. And the interesting thing here is that this is he explains he's in Oklahoma City playing Baba O'Reilly by The Who. Here he is playing on the Elisa Strike Pro SE kit. Those are great kits, by the way. He adds, it's a custom kit he created that I created using sounds from the EZdrummer 3 library. So the samples that he's using on this are not the stock Alesis Strike Pro samples. Really great job, really great playing. Chris Guide with the band that he's in, Teenage Wasteland, great name for a Who tribute band, and playing We Won't Get Fooled Again as well. Again, great playing, great band. The room audio, I'm sure, was not as good on camera as it was in the room. People getting up and dancing to this. Really great stuff. Here's Hudson Tartak with Getting in Tune, a different song. Or this is the song he won with, I'm sorry. And then we've got his other song here playing with a guitar player live, also a lefty. Interesting. It's an Invasion, folks, on what looks like a really cool Rickenbacker 12-string. And this is The Kids Are All Right. And yes, they are, because that kid on the drums won first place. So there you go. We'd love to see you folks join in on the Phil Collins drumming challenge that's going on right now. And there's so much music to play to. You got your old, like the one side, like the old deep cuts with Peter Gabriel singing and Phil on drums. Then you got the Phil era of lead vocals where it was still the 70s, early 80s of great prog. Then you got the more popular commercial stuff from Genesis. Then you got all his solo stuff. Then you got the first two Robert Plant solo albums. Then you've got him with Eric Clapton. Then you've got him with Bob Geldof projects. Then you've got him with a couple songs on Tears for Fears album, Sowing the Seeds of Love, and many other things. So there's no shortage. Excuse me, hiccup. I'm so excited. There's no shortage of what to play to when it comes to Mr. Phil Collins. So I don't know why the music didn't play when I had the music on. That's kind of a lame feature. Thank you, StreamYard. But that's okay. Just go to it. Just go to the challenge. The link's in there. Have fun. Poke around. Join us. Win some stuff. One more quick plug. I don't know if I have a video loaded for this. I'm going to take a quick look. Maybe not. But no, I don't. But we have a game show coming up. The video actually comes out later today or tomorrow. June 21st is yet another one of our music trivia game shows. The theme is funk. Don't worry about how much you know or don't know. Just come, have fun. We give away music themed prizes. And yeah, I've seen people win by guessing. Also, going back to one of the changes and perks for paid members, and it's only $12 a month. But for the challenges moving forward, if you're not a premium member, you can submit 2 videos. That's pretty good, 2 videos, and with still a chance to win prizes, all the prizes of each round or each place. And then if you're a premium member for only $12 a month, you get to submit as many videos as you want, like Gene did. So it's like playing poker with 8 hands instead of 2. So think of it that way. It's like buying more lottery tickets, if you will. So thank you to everybody who joined. Thank you for those who helped. Judge, thank you. And Happy New Year. Hey, wait, January 7th, tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this, it's our 12th year anniversary. And as fate would have it, I'm not going to be here in my office or my studio. I'm going to be in Phoenix all day, but I'll send some sort of message, or we'll repost our documentary about our first 10 years that came out in December, so you can learn more about what we do. And I'll be popping in here and there from the road, and later at night, I'll pop in here at my desk or from my studio at my drum kit. Thanks everybody so much for following what we do. And let me just go to the comments one more time. Oh, did I say June? See, if it wasn't for producer Steven, I'd be like, my wife would have me on a leash tied to a pole outside or something. All right, thanks. Yes, it's January 21st. Join us. Thanks, everybody.